Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see us.
You know, what Config is all about and his aggressive style. So it'll be fun to see how this plays out. Complexity going to be starting on the T side, Astralis on the CT side. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like a flashbang to set up a push out long. There we go. Sip is down in pit and Device is there. They've got a bit of a crossfire, but it's already broken up. And look at that. Sip's on his own, just saying, you know what? Don't risk it. Just let him fall back. Now he's bringing a bit of backup. Are they going to be able to flash their way into this? They have some grenades up at the A-bomb site, but right now they're just waiting for it. And they don't even check for Sip. Oh, they're all lined up. Oh, it's a disaster. Sip. A lot of damage. Just the one kill, but then comes the crossfire. They finally got rid of Sip, but that has cost them a lot already.
Yeah, not enough kills coming out for such an effective crossfire, but they've slowed it down. They've done the damage, but somehow Complexity has fought their way into an even situation. A 3-on-3. Bomb is up at Goose and Config's hands. They can still try and make this work. A plant would at least be something.
It's going to be huge. No one jumping for the shot just now, so the bomb does get planted, and this is very interesting. Suddenly there's a lot of pressure on Astralis. Magus, though, excellent headshots, and Rush, he wants to fall away. He's going to take the fight anyway. Picks up a gun, but it's not in time. Instead, it's Magus with the triple kill, but that was a close round.
Rush and Blame F with the Kriegs. Rush is very far back. It's all in this Mac 10. Good trade from Rush. A critical one before Poison went down. And Device has spotted one. He's taken a shot, and he's going to back away. Meanwhile, Glaive, we're going to see this frequently in this map. He's pushed in towards the long cave. He's going to have a very fast flank if need be.
Yeah, he's already out. That's something to watch for, and they just don't know. Oh, they're actually falling back in Glaive. If he sticks around top mid, he's for sure going to hear them falling back. Playing it patiently. He's getting the call anyway from B, saying, yeah, they're not really showing up. Magus got one kill over there, so he's just staying put, and this could be the round-winning play right here.
This map position just basically wins it feels like. This is going to be such a hard angle for them to even be aware to check. Now, the timing. Will he peek out towards long? He's turned away. He spotted them at last. He sees all three, or at least two. He's called it out, and he's going to remain aggressive. He knows they're committed into the cave. You can see Dupree and Magus on the minimap rotating over towards CT spawn.
Device is ready, taking down Poison. They just know everything. This is the... What Complexity are doing, it could be fine, but the fact that they're getting caught and read all the way through is a big problem. Obo getting a huge kill there on Magus, but he's still everybody. I think that was the one thing you could say about Astralis is they played the mechanical style of Counter-Strike to a really high level, but they didn't have that sort of open creativity quite to the same extent. And the fact that they found a way to add that even into their game is sort of ridiculous. And I think you're right, that does make it very, very hard to play against.
Dupree's going to be frustrated. He didn't manage a kill, but I mean, you want to talk about just strong fundamentals, realizing in this second round that you're not going to have the Kriegs and the AKs on the board. Stay at a distance and still losing a couple players, a bit uncharacteristic, but not in any danger of losing the round just yet, although now it could get interesting. Config with an M4, a 1 versus 2, but he's got Magus got low HP. Headshot angle though, so it kind of negates the 14 health.
It does a little bit, and he's just going to walk right into it.
Oh, dropping for a fast cat push. Zip is going to be there to meet them again, and he's got the first kill. That's a Krieg in hand. Nade is going to slow down Blame F. A little bit of damage, and the utility negates any fast-paced aggression. Great shot from Device.
That looked like a fight that maybe could have been. Oh, he gets the leg shot through as well. That's hard to handle. But I'm sad that Config didn't win that fight, because that's actually how I would want them to use Config, is to say, you know what, you lead the charge, wherever that may be, if it's long or catwalk, but I'd bet good money Config could win a lot of those fights. Sip was just there so quick.
And he had the Krieg able to just hold that angle once he turns the corner. Magus waiting for a pop flash from the teammate. There's the peek, and ooh, he just cleans up Poison. 1 HP, I don't even think he even realized it. Shout out to Device with the assist, and look at this setup. Covering each other just perfectly. Bombs down in mid. Even with Magus going down, it's not going to matter.
Seems like they're not even really trying. They're just leaving one.
They want to pull the attention towards middle with 3 smokes, that there's going to be some kind of an execute, a set piece through the smoke towards the B bomb site. Meanwhile, 4 players lining in upper dark. Dupree's going to have a big job to do. He's scoped in. He misses the first shot. Magus gets blind, and there's a chance. Zipnik falls in mid, but a double. 3 kills for Dupree, and a 4th on top.
Pretty good with it.
He's a bit of a freak.
AW Peter, I think, is what they started calling him. So.
All right, some players out long. Config gonna try and turn the corner, but Magus has a double of his own, putting down his Danish brethren. And another huge deficit for Complexity. And I don't mind this pacing that Complexity has started this game out, but I think at a certain point, and it might be right now after this round, you call a timeout, and I think you have to slow things down. Like, if you can't just run this fast pace every single time. Astralis is ready for it. The utility's coming out early. They're willing to challenge and fight. They're not scared of your aggression. This is where you kind of need to rethink the game plan.
Okay. 8 health on Magus, 22 on Glaive. It's not to try and make up too many excuses, but some of those engagements, as they've been in previous rounds, just, you know, a little bit shy of working out in favor of Complexity.
And here's Glaive pushed in cave again. We said to keep our eyes on that on the minimap. He's going to have a lot of information. Astralis knows there's no hit coming towards long, and at any point, as soon as utility is spotted, Glaive can actually just push forward and have a giant backstab.
Yeah, they do make the jump down, so they've got Rush moving closer. The missed shot will open it up. Magus going down to the Molotov, but pushing through the smoke is Sip. He's swiftly traded. That's a double kill for Obo, and it's not bad at all. Somehow, from a 5-on-3 into a 2-on-2, so that's a big victory for Complexity. Showing a little bit of power, and I don't know, Dupree with a knife out as he jumps up. That's a big risk. Obo back for a triple kill now, and it's Glaive. Low on health from the earlier engagement in a 1-on-2. I think he spotted it out, and yeah, that's going to help him, but it should still be tricky to get that kill, and Poison is swiftly out of there. That did nearly nothing at all. And
versus 5, so you have to be really cautious how you open these rounds.
Well, they got Rush out on long. Again, the flashbangs are being traded, and Glaive will come out heavily on top. He's got Device behind him, so they want to be very careful about turning that sort of a trap that's been set. Device, they don't have a lot of grenades to try and get rid of him, so yeah, Poison's thinking about a Device. Oh, he just aims away. And a good return frag coming in this time from Complexity, and that gives them a lot of control. Config down in the middle, and Glaive is actually pushing up. This could get very awkward. He's not aiming the right way. The middle, see the top of the head, and misses the opportunity. And now he's in trouble. His teammates are quite far away. He's still alive.
I don't think either of them want anything to do with that fight. Glaive's going to back off on Catwalk, but they're all caught in a really weird spot. Dupree, Zip, and Glaive. Oh, and that's really strange for Glaive. An awkward fight as he tries to transition into the site. Now come the utility, but at least they have the information at this point. Molotovs to slow down the cross, bullets coming through, and Glaive finds Poison.
Obo with a return, so they're keeping the pace right now. Config's all the way back, but making that jump wasn't going to work. Obo's now picked up an AWP and is fragging with that as well. Another 2-on-2 here. And Config finally, after having more or less trekked halfway around the map, is actually back in a position where he could do something. He's going to be setting up that smoke for the cross, or it's going to be towards CT spawn a little bit further back down. And in the creek again we go. 30 seconds on the clock, and they need to make a move right here. Complexity. Magus is now on the flank, and it's being held a bit. He does get across, and he's got the bomb, but Config's not holding long, and that gives the huge opportunity. Magus coming in with a kill. And Obo in a 1 versus 2, that's almost unwinnable. He's going to stand up for a kill. Oh my god, he turns around for it! An unbelievable round, a quad kill.
5-2. And finally back to pistols for Astralis. UMP in hand. Glaive again gonna win that fight. Complexity struggling with the opening duels, but at least they're trading pretty efficiently in this game so far.
I like the fact that even though they're such a mixed team, they've embraced that American kind of, Counter-Strike where you say, we're fighting our way back all the time. What would it be like if it actually went well in the beginning? What if some of these rounds weren't having to fight your way back kind of rounds?
I think a lot of it is going to, eventually when they come back and look at this series, not that it's over or anything, but the opening kills are going to be an important factor. At the moment, only Blame F has success on the entry for Complexity. He's the only opening kill they have so far in these 8 rounds.
Wow, is that, the fact that if that is true, and I'm going to assume you're telling me the truth, Jason?
Yeah,
then
thanks.
I don't know why I put so much doubt. But then it's even more impressive that they're about to have 3 rounds even, because that usually dictates a lot of what's going to happen in any given round.
Well, they might get 4 out of this. This might be a 2-fer considering Astralis has fully bought into this. The next round, if Complexity is to convert this into a win, not going to be a whole lot to fight with for Astralis, but for the moment, that scout's got to be scary. Same with the Deagle. Dupree has somehow worked his way to car, and they're aware. Spamming him down. Config cautious the whole time, and there goes Zip.
Really well done. I love the control here for a team like Complexity. That's one of the hard things I think to build into a new team. That's like half the equation right there.
Well, especially because we know when he's feeling the game and when he's feeling just his game in general. He's one of the most courageous players we have. He's got some of the biggest balls in the entire professional scene. So that's who you'd expect to start, you know, running away with things and start kind of exerting his dominance on the field of play.
We've done the measurements. It's accurate.
What we're saying is we need to see Config's balls.
Yeah, you know what? There's some prime content right there. I reckon, though, we've got maybe half a generation of Counter-Strike viewers, maybe it's more than that even, who actually haven't seen that version of Config at all.
Oh, yeah.
Because of just how his career is.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little while. So, yeah, that's something that we could even look forward to in this particular game, or just in this version of Complexity that would be a lot of fun. Obo getting back up with 3 members joining him, and I don't see this defense holding. A flashbang to set it up. Dupree with the CC, and that needs to be a quick kill. Only got 12 bullets to make it happen. Device there with the P250. It's good, but he can't pick up the AK-47. They get to do some damage, Astralis. This is really not a bad round for them at all, but they do make it through Complexity.
That was a bit sloppy, though, from Complexity, and there was a chance with that kind of messed up flashbang, the entry. There wasn't a great... Exactly right. He's got to prove himself in this roster.
That actually is a tag through the door there against Device, so Device still lethal obviously in this round, but having him down to 26 means it does limit a bit what he can do. He actually falls back from the middle, calls in Dupree instead. Very common setup here for Astralis. Nothing changed. Glaive still not pushing over at long like we talked about. That is something they have to look for.
Well, I mean, that's the importance of this run from Complexity. Keep Glaive honest. Don't let him cheat in that fashion. You could see he's securely in pit. He's got Zipnik with him as well. Dupree clearing out mid at the moment, but is he aware of Config's position? He has no idea. Config's gonna take him down. Opening kill.
He was waiting for that. It looked like he was looking straight into the wall, but obviously all of his attention was just at the little corner of his screen, and he gets a follow-up on Device, and there's the power of that earlier shot through the door. Device goes down, and Meg is alone, and he's very good, but this is way too much to handle. They're coming in at every single side, and he's going to get shut down by Obo. And Glaive, I think he almost lost all his health to rush earlier.
Yeah.
So they can't even do anything.
Even Device got tagged up by Poison. That's a nice cleanup from Config. 2 entries coming out mid, and that's a 5th round. We're all tied up for Complexity on the T side of Dust 2.
Yeah, this is very encouraging. I was actually very scared because we were weaving that story of the first game of Astralis, you know, the new year. Maybe they're going to be a little bit cold. And then they take 5 rounds in a row and you think, okay, well, now, if they were, that's gone. Now they feel great. And yet Complexity managed to turn this into something that looks competitive. So that's a good sign, I think.
Well, now they have the economic control as well. They're flush with cash. They've got plenty of money across all of their players. Meanwhile, Astralis is really hurting. These 2 M4s are critical. They're going to have the full losing bonus as each team trades 5-0. But no one is out for Complexity.
Wow, and they're giving up all of long. They just wanted to see if anyone was there to fight. Then they would have had 3 people ready, but instead they all go back, and now they've got a pretty strong setup here at the catwalk and Poison. That probably should have been a kill. The bomb even leading, that's dangerous, and the follow-up, they just keep getting baited into this fight, and Astralis have all the players here they need. That Molotov nearly takes down Blameth. He's on 8 health at the end of it. They get the bomb, but that's almost like some sort of staggered defense coming in from Astralis. There's more and more people around the corner ready to fight.
Oh, that's a big push to the smoke for Device. If he'd gone a little bit further, Obo is watching at barrels. But Device just able to catch the bomb carrier, and a 1 versus 5. Astralis back on the board, and City just get lured into continuing to attack. That part of that, great shot. A timing, a lucky guess. They'll take it.
Config pushing long in the meantime. He's looking to the ground. He just wants to get down in that pit. Can he find the angle? They know he's there. And he actually almost predicting that through. He nearly could have taken down Glaive. Can they punish Sip for being here? Shooting through the smoke, but no one can catch him. That would have been a great trade if they could have got that. Now there's still 5 versus 4 here from getting that kill in middle. And Astralis, they're just pushing everywhere right now. They need to know for sure what's coming.
Well, I mentioned this earlier. This is Magus pushing into Upper Dark. They're going to clear that out. Glaive and Device pushing up mid. They, despite being a man down, they have complete control of the situation. They know exactly where everyone is. They know exactly what's coming next. The question is, can they get their players in the right position? Glaive is going to go for a flank. Zip and Device just have to delay. They don't have to commit to anything.
So much time on the clock. That Molotov maybe going to put a little bit of pressure on them, but Complexity have committed to it. The bomb is still not actually crossed, but Rush will get another kill, and now Astralis need to really think. Because if they lose these guns, it's going to be a big issue. Config with a wide swing to take down Magisk. Again, that assertive playstyle is just so powerful. And Sip and Glaive now waiting. 2-on-4 as the bomb goes down, and Config lands another headshot. Not happy about the situation.
He got another one. Oh, that's 2 in a row, Poison.
Well, that's a great way to get a round started. Why aren't people doing that more, Jason?
They should just try and do it every round. Another Bulgarian joining the fray. Config and BlameF in lower tunnels, and this is a really awkward situation. Again, the defense just gets thinned out. Glaive starts to cheat towards CT spawn in middle. There's a heavy lean towards this B bomb site, and that's leaving Device at long A all alone.
And because that kill happens in the first seconds of the round, they have so much time complexity to try and figure out what to do, to sort of feel out where that defense might be.
I'm wondering if Megas is going to push into Upper Dark again with this AWP. Sees the utility. That's going to force him to step into the action, and he might be able to catch Poison. This is going to be awkward. Oboe turns the corner. Poison's up next. Megas standing his ground. He's going to lose the fight. Zip still here, still blind, and still shooting headshots.
Yeah, he's still in there. Poison trying to push through, but if Sip stays alive, oh, the flick comes in, and Poison will take him down. That was lightning fast now. Device is alone, and yeah, they should get that bomb plant down. How do you get back into this? He's found an M4, and that's obviously going to be a slightly better tool in this scenario, but how do you get through here? He has a Molotov and a couple of flashbangs, but they have another Molotov on BlameF, and they could buy a lot of time.
Create some spaces in the defense. That young talent is going to shine.
What a turnaround. Round number 14, and it's a oh, no. Right through the smoke, and the grenade of the follow-up. Config goes down. Not what anyone was expecting. That even looked like they were winning that fight in the beginning, and somehow it just turns. So complexity, you said momentum, that's the thing you just want to ride all the way to victory, and this could absolutely break it.
Well, it's so fitting for Astralis that perhaps breaking the momentum is utility usage. The flashbang to blind the first two players that are coming out of long and trying to take control of that for complexity, the nade follow-up as well. And at this point, if you're complexity, feels like it is kind of the only option you have. Hit the pause button. See what's going to happen across the map, who's going to push where, and maybe you get lucky and you catch one.
Surely there's no way Device will check for this.
Device is about to be so mad. Cameras on him. Death slam incoming. Knife.
Oh, thinking about it. Got to be careful though. Rush, don't want to throw this one away. Yeah, he's going to execute him. The knife is tempting, but not really worth it in this scenario. 40 seconds, and that clock running down is going to be an issue. Magus could get caught here as well. Rush will follow it up with another kill, and they're back in a 2-on-2, and they actually have a real chance of doing this. There's not really a lot to fight back with right now for Astralis, even in spite of all the damage they did early on. Obo avoids the one dig, and he returns in style. Accurate as ever. And Glaive now, USP, halfway across the map, no armor or anything. I can't believe they turned this back in their favor. Just very patient.
If Complexity wins this, they're going to have a lead going into the second half no matter what. They'll be up to 8. This is magnificent out of Complexity. Glaive could have chosen to go towards long to pick up a rifle to save or go for the clutch instead, coming through the smoke. Deagle in hand. One at long, one in the bomb site.
When he's looking the wrong way, yeah, rushes him.
Got to imagine BlameF's share of the food. Oh, God. Config just ate the nade. Oboe as well, down very, very low.
Knowing Config, he might have just been beating his chest out there saying, yeah, is that all you got? Actually,
just
it's
one,
not.
huh?
We've got more. Glaive up close with the M4. Gonna be sneaking in, and Rush will find the headshot. That's an impressive kill because he wasn't even flashed in or anything. That could have gone horribly wrong.
That's going to set some panic into the defense because Dupree is all alone with an AWP at the B bomb site. Poison can cause some kind of a distraction. Meanwhile, Zip is rotated away. It's just Device, but this is who you want. The AWP can only get the one. Good return from BlameF, and now Poison can cut off Dupree as well. He's got that kill.
I think Sip saw, but it doesn't matter. Poison coming through actually might have been saving BlameF there. It looked like Sip had a bit of a read on that one, and Magus is alone with 16 health. And they're going to get the bomb plant down again. Complexity, that could have been shot all the way down.
That's a beautifully savvy round from Poison, from a young player to just hold in mid, you know, destroy the rotation, be able to peek up ramp, help your teammates. That is really good patience from the young AWPer.
Magus, I don't know. With the M4 especially, you can't just even get the one headshot close to middle. They know they are on catwalk. They're going to take the fight right away, and Config will land a parting headshot, taking down Device and Megan. And he'll follow it up, taking down Dupree. That's 3. That's a whole arm of the attack gone. And
because of the 11 HP, he'll sit in the back of the B bomb site. Oboe will be forced into the supportive rotation.
If this slows down at all coming into B, Rush is going to be there with a really, really quick flank, and they have to go for it now. They've already been red, and there's no way to get through this smoke. The grenade is good long range, but the reload is in there on that MP9, and Oboe will absolutely clean that up. No chance here for any kind of a bomb plant. It'll be a triple kill for the young star. Would have gone so far as to predict this. Did anyone? Was there any crazy person on the talent lineup?
We have a lot of crazy in the talent team, but no one this crazy. Nice shot from Poison, a follow-up tag. What's he, 3 for 3? Make it 4 for 4. Good shooting. He's got another kill. And
between Blameth and opening kill on Device, that's not at all bad. He was very aggressive.
I like that.
Just gonna say, between Jason Lake and Blameth, there's a good amount of shouting on this team. Oh, the backstab is in. He wanted to get out to help in mid. Like, how many blame Obo? They've thought that was gonna be more of a push there. He got shot in the back instead.
And listen, that might be like the first maybe mistake caused by getting lost or by getting fooled by the attack that we've seen in this half, so fair play. I mean, you'll take that one. 3 players with such a convincing take of the B bomb site. No reason for these guys to risk their utility, risk their money. It's going to be a strong buy in the next round for Complexity again. But Astralis creeping closer, and with 5 players surviving at a victory as well, does wonders for the economy.
It helps out a lot.
And it just stops the streak.
Yeah, the ridiculous.
Good God, it's been 7 in a row.
But here's something. I mean, it's a bit of a shame for Complexity that these aren't AWPs and M4s that they're able to save. But even the fact that they're sort of doing it, because actually Astralis didn't do that many rounds. There are a lot of rounds where Astralis lost that they actually lost more or less everything, which is also uncommon. That is another strength of theirs. Historically, that
even have that weapon. He's got 6K built up behind it, and again, fast paced. This is what worked in the previous round with the AWP. Now it's Dupree with an AK-47. Plenty of smokes and players in position to take advantage. Only 2 defenders, Obo and Blameth, and they're not working together.
No, they need a lot of kills. They do line up for Blameth, and he gets a double. That's more than you could have asked for. And now Obo needs to get out. Yeah, and he has to find a way, because if he stays there, again, he could easily get shot in the back. But that's impressive for Blameth. He could have easily just been traded, and that would have been probably the end of the round. Rush now sneaking in. Oh, the timing. Sip is going to be there, and he gets taken down. That seems like he got absolutely cheated out of a sure victory there. And now it's a 3-on-3.
He got robbed, but you could see it coming. That player was slowly just creeping away from his crosshair. Poison, and this is where the trouble is with that scout, or maybe not. A headshot right through the corner of the door, and now he's back to the A bomb site. That's low HP on Glaive. Glaive's a bit scared to do this on his own. Device out in the open, that's a big risk.
Poison's not even scared, he's just running for it. Does get a bit of a flick in, but not quite connecting. He was close, and they gotta be careful again. Glaive is just a bullet away from death, and he's close to the edge. He's gonna be going down, that leaves Device now. 1 versus 3, a jump just to confirm it, and he tries for it. He's really crazy now. Device, he should not be winning this. They gotta be careful right here. 30 seconds, don't let him take the fights. Wait for him to plant. He looks for the shot, but Config will take him down. How successful they are here, Astralis. I feel like this is a lot of space to give a team like Astralis to work with.
Yeah, but there's so many players here. Oh, a gap in that smoke, a rare mistake. Oh, Poison really needed that shot. Dupree is lurking in middle, rush in the site. Obo's gonna add 1 kill onto it. He's on catwalk, and still Astralis have not been able to make the cross.
No, they're really slow about this, and Rush will follow it up, taking down Glaive, and it's sort of crumbling right at the precipice of the A-bomb side. It's Rush again, taking down Sip and Dupree. He wanted to be there a little bit later. He wanted that bomb plant, he wanted more of a distraction at the A-bomb side, and he never got it.
That must be the most uncharacteristic Astralis round. I think that is where you see more than anything the Rust coming into play. A very weak, disjointed hit onto the A bomb site. Some missed shots that are normally a lock for kills, and Device gonna try and save this weapon. He knows he's being hunted, but he's been shot. Not this Rusty.
Maybe they were lying. Maybe they were just setting us all up.
Sandbagging.
Sandbagging. Oh no. That's dangerous, Obo, though. He'll save it. If he would have gone down, and he absolutely could have, that would have been 2 rifles, and Poison would have been left alone with an AWP over at long, so it would have been all kinds of bad. He's still got to be careful here, but he's on point with that AWP, and he's got no issues at all. Taking down Device and Dupree. It's about to be 15 rounds for Complexity. I can't even believe I'm saying that.
What's up with Bulgarian just cranking out AWPers?
I don't know. They've got something going on.
Yeah, something in the water.
They found a way. Bulgarian talent factory.
14-7. Glaive's got to be scratching his head at this point. They're going to have to go on an 8-0 run to force overtime, or something miraculous here from the in-game leader. I like this. Complexity playing very disciplined. Everyone playing with distance, everyone just sitting back, no one making a mistake. Everything's covered for the moment, and everyone can just fall away once they get the information. Nobody has to commit to a fight.
Yeah, they had that 1 versus... Woo! That's a fantastic headshot.
Get banged out.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
That was the same angle. He just won that fight twice, but this time Glaive a little bit quicker. But yeah, they had the 1 versus 3 against Device that they almost gave away, so I can't blame them for not wanting to do that.
It's a scout, though.
It is a scout. The grenade will help out, and the flashback. You know, that's 2 maps out of the 7 that you just know people probably won't be able to pick, so.
Yeah, things weren't already unreasonable. Blame F holding the line, and they double up. Poison had the leg on Dupree, and that might seal this first map. Poison going for more, peeking towards top mid. There's the jump, and he's even got that. He's having a pretty special game so far.
Astralis, I think, just trying to set the pace of this round, saying we'll beat you to that corner and then we'll open it up, and that's going to be the start of something big. And instead they get absolutely shut down. Poison looking into the middle, a little bit scary, but he's found the right angle, and that's the bomb down on Device. He has really been outside by Poison a number of times. Now it's a 2-on-5, and again, Complexity, if they can just remind themselves to keep it cool, they should be fine. Blamef going down. I think Magus a little bit further up than they were expecting, and that could result in a bomb plant here. This isn't quite over yet.
No, but what they do have is Rush and Oboe out towards long.
Yeah.
Poison and Config going to be coming from CT spawn. This is a powerful retake, especially with the advantage of utility. Zip and Magus have to get aggressive somewhere, and it's towards Cat that Magus is going.
And they might be in a lot of trouble. Config has that 1 Molotov, so if they go on Catwalk, he could block at least one of them out, and that would be an issue. Now they're trying to get in there. Magus will get the kill, the turnaround, and actually he'll follow it up. Magus with the grenade, and now Rush on the other side. This is where they need to close it out. Don't ever give Astralis a chance to get back in a game. He's waiting for it, and Magus will take it down.
The Magus.
Oh no. He got slowed down initially and stumbled into the remaining barrage. Magus taking him down, leaving Oboe alone, and that causes an instant rotation as well in the middle. Blamef just pushing up. I don't know if they know. Sip is sort of thinking about it, but this could get way out of control. He's very exposed, and in 3 seconds from now, he's about to get shot in the back. I don't even think he realizes he's still ducked down here, and they might not quite be able to see him, so he's maybe got a chance. He's turning for it, and there's Sip. I love the idea, but that does not pay out in the end. Now it's Config somehow with an AWP, not the sight that we're used to seeing. He's going to pick up the 1 kill at least, and we'll fall back a little bit. The bomb is up there, and he tries for the blind shot, but there's nobody else here at A.
Oh, Device is even going to make sure they're punished as they fall away. He's going for 3. He's going to take everything from Complexity, and it's Config to go down.
And that right now. And that's the other problem, you know, even if it's going to be 6 rounds, you know that not all of them are going to be fully equipped from the CT side at all. And this crossfire in middle, impossible to break with USPs, some would say.
Yeah, that's about as impossible as things get. And Device starting to heat up with the ult. Magus doing some work with the Krieg. He's got 21 kills, and this is an easy march into the bomb site. Blamef going to go down last. Double.
That you would, you know, land a whole stack of them.
Oof. They went for it. Tried to bait a shot out of Device, but it's not going to happen. He holds the trigger for the second peak. He's down to 17 health. 2 nades left on Oboe and Blamef, and they are nowhere near each other, so they can't stack those up. And Astralis has got the idea. Look how patient they're being on the map. At least the 3 players, Zip, Device, and Magus, very far back in T-spawn. Glaive being cautious as well, and Dupree sticking away to join up with his teammates. They're looking for the follow-up aggression, and they found it on Catwalk, and now comes the hit. It's just poor, lonely Oboe.
With the Deagle tagging away at them, but you see the return. It's unfair, isn't it?
Oh.
Somehow Poison lands a shot on Glaive. That's absurd. All the way down through the middle, he's able to get that. Device is there covering, making sure he's got a little bit of count on what's going on in the middle, but the bomb plant is going to be going down, and I think that, even though that's impressive from Poison, should not be enough to get through this.
And Device isn't going to be baited to committing to that fight down mid. You could see him check out towards long in case he was just being frozen in position for a flank to come in. Now he cheats over towards the B bomb site so we can have a better and safer angle. And Complexity just looking to do some damage, to take some guns away right at the end, but Astralis not giving them the opportunity.
Yeah, really playing this one safely as they should. Still, so much time has already passed, and I think the best Complexity could hope for right now. They got the Krieg on Oboe, which is actually kind of a big deal. He's playing that B-bomb side alone a lot of the time, so that's what you want. Oh, they steal it. Rush will pick it up, and Blamef will get
full utility on both teams. Fast-paced Zip is going to get the opening kill. Flashbang is perfect. He's blind in return, and Rush is going to try and hold the line. There's flames everywhere. He's got a triple kill. Poison is going to close things out. It's Glaive again, and a 1 versus 4. Map 1 is going to go to Complexity.
What a way to win. That was down to the last second. If Rush goes down in the middle of that, they don't even get close, I think. Astralis just take long and win the entire fight, but instead, he stayed alive, and there it is, 16-11.
Our YouTube channel.
That's exactly it. Check it out. Go catch up on everything. It looks like they're leaning towards that A-bomb side. Complexity going to be starting on the T side and, well, shut down early. You do not want that kind of a beginning. In fact, you want to be the one landing that early kill. They know you're coming. That's a pretty good grenade, but they need a follow-up if they actually want to take down Device. So far, all they've do is damage him.
That is a pretty interesting grenade to just throw as a single nade. They've also lost Oboe now, and they just don't have the manpower to fight at the bomb site and clear sandbags, and it doesn't even matter. Now here's where Disaster is going to strike for Complexity. It's on this ramp at this A bomb site. Once guns are in hand, it's not going to be USPs peeking down. It's going to be the AWP of Device. It's going to be picked up Kriegs. It's going to be M4s. It's going to be a lot of nades, a lot of smokes. It's going to be hectic.
Many are starting to really work it out.
Well, I think part of that was there was a bit of a carousel. I know there were like 3 or 4 teams that were vying for it at different points. That's a good kill on the Config, an opening frag for Complexity, but low HP. 2 HP on Config, 33 on Rush. They are not in a good place. I think now that the map has kind of settled down, now that there's not a change every week or every 2 weeks, teams are much more confident to put some time and put some work into this map, and I think that's where you're starting to see the hierarchy of Vertigo kind of settle down.
That's a good setup there, especially with the double stack of Dupree and Sip as Oboe. He wanted to take the swing with the Deagle, and it made perfect sense, but just wasn't ready for 2 of them. And they know where Blameth is as well, so looks like there's not going to be any kind of a bomb plan, and they will only... But fair enough. I could understand that. If you were watching that Dust 2 map, you could have really changed your mind, I think, in the interim. Magisk set up in a pretty strong position. He's got some backup there as well. Right behind him, Glaive could jump up or get boosted up, I think, by Dupree, but not even needed at the moment. And Astralis, I think, just enjoying the fact that, you know, this is a smooth beginning. Did he tag him through the wall? I think maybe even slightly.
Either way, this round is just going to slowly come to an end. Poison can't complete the kill. Magisk with 4 kills, but he's going to back away from trying to get the ace. Preserve the weaponry. Good shot from Oboe. He had a fantastic Dust 2. The most is that we just see utility and nades and smokes actually hold the thought. Aggressive. Oh, and Device was not expecting that. Pulled the nade out at the wrong moment, and he gets trucked by Rush.
Yeah, he was fully trusting in that Molotov that was down in front of him, thinking no one is going to be crazy enough to peek that. Dupree getting pre-fired and Rush continuing and beating Dupree to the punch. He's going to be putting out that Molotov, and Glaive will pick up a kill in the meantime on Poison. That is all the way on the other side. He was down the A ramp, so Magisk now holding the bomb site here for a minute. That's the bomb, so got to be careful. And Config, yeah, I think he's just overexposed a bit there. Rush continuing the charge, and he's getting 3 before he finally goes down. Magisk gets dropped, and now it's on Glaive with 42 health in a 1 versus 2, and if Complexity could turn this around into a win, that would be huge.
I can't believe it's even gotten this close. It was a 5-on-3, and they had the bomb site, and it's now a chance for Glaive. Low HP and Oboe. He's given up the position. And
there you go, at least when it's needed. Obviously, the team performance is the big thing, and they're catching Glaive. That's Oboe showing up with the Galil. There is a return on Blameth, though. We're back in a 4-on-4.
That's a really weird miscommunication for Glaive. I don't know if he was checking behind him to see if anyone got there quick, but, I mean, that's a position where you think he should just be facing forward.
That is dangerous. Against Device, he wants another one, and he's not going to get it.
I think they had to have spotted him. Had to have seen that and just said, nope, no more jumping for me. Although he does come back to it. Device wants this kill. Nothing forcing him back at the moment, so no reason to give up the angle. Good kill for Rush, and again in middle, it's big trades. Complexity break through this defense. It's Device and Dupree, and they are split on different sides of the map, and Dupree's under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, just knowing that, because they know what Device is. He's been there all along, so that's amazing. Smoke goes up, and Dupree just trying to buy time. Device, he's making his way into middle, but he can't even just rush it. They don't know if someone's in there waiting for him with a rifle, so he can't just book it there immediately. Dupree has somehow wrapped around them with the Deagle, and he's tapping away and taking down Poison. And there comes Device with an M4 instead. I can't believe that Astralis are back in this in a 2-on-1 now. Oboe alone, he's got 30 seconds, and he's picked up a Galil there. Not really sure that makes a big difference right now. I think that bomb plan is going to be what's really tricky. And he goes straight for it. Dupree almost catching him in the middle of it, but that at least gives him a little bit of space. He gets that headshot immediately. That's very quick. And now does he know? Device pretty much can only be at this angle. He's out in the open, so if he doesn't win this fight immediately, Device will take him down, but Oboe will... This round, though, starting very quickly with Glaive getting a kill. It's traded almost immediately by Blameth. A little bit of a flick there, and there's a lot of presence at this A-bomb side and Complexity. These are the rounds you can't give to Astralis. You have to find a way to slow this down now, get back in the lead. It's 4-on-4. You should have all of the advantage.
Yeah, you have control. You have a player over at Sandbags. I think slowing it down, exactly what you said, that's the perfect idea. Xyp9x knows someone is there, but it's such a powerful position to be in because it takes so much attention. Everyone else just waiting for aggression, waiting for a push. That's a great shot. Oh, an even better one from Magus. And he's going to try and build, but the bomb is on the floor.
The damage on BlameF is still pretty relevant here. Obo, he's going to stand on his own, but take down Dupree, and it's still a 2-on-2. That grenade landed right in the face of Xyp, and he's down to 6 health. They've got the bomb and they're walking back in. Device, he's here to almost catch them. At least he'll know it. He misses the chance for a kill, but he got the information. That means they can rotate Xyp over immediately. And that scout will probably take down any one of them if they're not quick about it. He's almost getting caught on the open, but he snuck his way into the corner. I don't think they realize that he's here yet. He's here so quickly,
no.
They might not check for it. 25 seconds, and yeah, they're going to go. Oh, the Molotov! That's just almost a random throw, and they pick it up, and now Device, he's low on health, and they take him down. Over! He's setting them up for later.
Oh, Device aggressive, and Device is taken down. Glaive and Xyp9x got aggressive towards a ramp, which has been successful a couple times in the past.
I love this attention to middle that Complexity are putting on Astralis right now. It's really, really worth doing, I think, on a map like this, because...
Oh, God.
Okay. If you can keep punishing them in middle, where they only have, you know, one guy, then you're actually forcing them to make a bunch of defensive choices. Then if you really have the practice and the level on this map, you can start to exploit that on its own. If they start putting 2 people in here and having more of attention to it, you can really find a way to make that work. And they've been winning, I think this is the 3rd round at least, where they win this fight in middle, maybe even the 4th.
Feels like Astralis...
See, personally. But yeah, I wouldn't even know what to make of it. Dust 2 is wild. Complexity looking good, and that's a headshot with a scout and Device taking him down. But quick refrag, that seems to be the way that all of these rounds are starting off right now. Glaive moved up very far, and he's alone though. That's the one issue.
They don't clear this, surely. Surely Obo's not going to clear it. He was looking in the direction, but wasn't really prepared for that fight. Glaive going to get his ankle shot out. He recommits. He's going down. Poison with another scout headshot.
That grenade, though, will at least put it in the favor of Astralis. Rush sneaking into middle, and this time Dupree was ready for it. That leaves Poison. It's a very, very rough 1 versus 3, and Magus won't even letting kids here. A lot of them raining down. They push right through, and you see the flashbangs just coming in everywhere. Rush is taking a lot of damage, and Glaive now lining up for a double kill, and he nearly had it. In fact, the Molotov from Xyp will burn it out, and he will then follow up. So that's the problem with getting slowed down on that ramp. It's just more and more keeps showing up, and I think BlameF is in a lot of trouble. He just can't hold that many angles. It's one of those things where if you win the first fight and you actually, you get control of that part, that's amazing. But when you get slowed down like they did, it all falls apart.
And Astralis is more than happy if that's the kind of aggression Complexity wants to bring out towards the A bomb site. They'll just dump utility. And even if they trade that first kill, they had 3 more bodies to throw at the problem, all at different angles. So that bottleneck gets even more deadly if you're a Complexity player.
Right at the start of this ramp is where the CT sides have started throwing smokes. No, I think what, if nothing else, this is what it gives Astralis, right? It gives them the chance to keep these 3 people at mid and the B bomb site. Because otherwise, I think they'd be favoring pushing someone else into middle or maybe another person over at A, but they can just stay put here. Device, aggressive position that he can't actually escape from. Xyp would have loved it if someone would have flanked around to try and take him down. Then maybe he could have been there to get a kill. Now he's at least got some backup in Magus, who is the heavy hitter right now for Astralis. Wins the first fight and nearly gets the follow-up. Xyp will surely be able to close this one out. 40 seconds, and Glaive will find BlameF, so Poison can't even really go anywhere.
Well, keep our eyes. This round got away from Complexity a little bit. They were really relying on some individual plays to sneak into some open space. And that, if that's going to continue, that's your indication, right? That he's looking for aggression that's not coming. And unfortunately, they're even looking for it towards the A bomb site. And Magus, a vertical angle on the other side of the smoke, nets him 1 kill and some information. If Obo can get this frag onto Glaive, that'd be massive.
If that was an HE, that would have been the end of config. But he actually just sticks around with the Deagle, and Dupree does not want to challenge it. Glaive showing up for a strong kill there, and he's ready for more, expecting them to come through the window. Standing on his own for a triple. That's really...
Boost up over the smoke, and there's an opportunity here. Glaive, he's got to be careful. How much does he slide over? And still the smoke just keeping him safe, but not for long. Good shot from Poison.
Completely unclear who could see what in that scenario. But Glaive actually, in some sense, surrendering the 3-man advantage that they had over there, because no one could really help him out in that moment. I mean, they'd thrown some grenades, and maybe they were just banking on the fact that they wouldn't be checking it, but they did. Sip will take one in return, and he's got to fall back. He knew the Molotovs were coming. No point in sticking around, really.
How aggressive do Complexity want to be to challenge into this bomb site, though? Rush is rotating over. All 4 players are going to be here, and this is where we'll test them. Do they have the smokes? Do they have the nades? And do they have the protocol to watch for Device coming from behind this off angle for the flank? It's going to be Rush to challenge and Rush to fall.
They've got him. That's Obo just standing up. Stop crouching for a second, so at least it's a 2-on-3. But again, they're not even really getting close to the bomb site yet. They need to find a way in, and they're almost out of grenades as well. That smoke is going to be fading. Poison has to win the first battle here. It's not going to be working out. It's a headshot on Magus. That's not an easy shot to hit, ladies and gentlemen. He goes for more. We'll pick up Sip. He's actually cleaving his way into the bomb site. And Dupree now. How do you retake this with an AWP? If you challenge Poison, odds are you're not going to come out on top right now. He is lightning fast at the moment. And with that smoke still up, they can even get back behind cover. If they do, what is he going to be doing?
I think Dupree was looking for Obo after the plant to slide to the right. There was a gap in that smoke. Poison's going to take the fight.
He just got his hair cut, didn't he?
This is a brutal, brutal push for Glaive. Obo never had any idea coming through that smoke, trying to keep control. Glaive remaining hidden behind the box.
They're trying for the same push again. That even suggests that it's something they've been, practicing. They have a feeling that this can work. And so far, I'd say I've not been super impressed by this A hit. I feel like it doesn't actually get to where they want it before they've lost too many players most of the time.
Well, a lot of times, remember, they've been dealing with the aggression of Astralis peeking down this ramp. At least this time they have the kind of space, and there's a little bit of calm as they can set up for the hit. We'll see if they have the smokes. They do have 4 still in hand.
They've got to be...
The question is, do all 4 players remember a smoke to this bomb site?
That is... You gotta hope so, because this is their big chance for it. Let's see, Rush is actually over on the left-hand side. Could be flanking around. Sip almost flashed in, but he's falling back through the Molotov, and there's Rush waiting as the smoke fades. He's gonna win the first fight, and they would love to go and do this right now. 25 seconds, the flashbangs are in. Sip can't see anything, but they're not checking for him, and he does get traded. Config coming in with a very, very important kill. Otherwise, I don't think they could have made this work. 15 seconds, they're going to be smoking it off. They need to run across the bomb site, get that bomb picked up and planted right now. 10 seconds on the clock. Config finding one more kill and hiding at the edge. He can't get it done. He goes down, and they're right on top of Poison. He can't make it out. Green.
Now, they did have the benefit. We haven't seen them show any kind of tactical prowess. They had the benefit of the clutches from Obo early on to get their first 4 rounds on the board, and then they've just been stonewalled. It's been 6 of the last 7 for Astralis, but that defense is under a lot of pressure, and now it's collapsed.
And somewhat needlessly, I'm not sure why Glaive wanted to sacrifice himself, because Dupree had actually already made it out. I mean, there was a lot of pressure in the beginning, but felt like Glaive maybe a little bit too aggressive there. Sip going to show up with one M4 kill, but the bomb is down. And it should be a 6th round here as Blamer for land.
Oh, no.
Headshot. Oh, no.
He's laughing.
They've done a good job even on this one, which we're completely unsure about their level of preparedness and what they've got planned now on the CT side. And Poison nearly could have had that one, and that was a big kill to open up with. Device will be taking him down. That cleans the way into the bomb site for the bomb plant. Config will find a kill, but still, how do you get through this? It's very, very hard to get in and actually defuse that bomb once it's down. They do have a defuse kit on Rush, but Config, that flank is up, and I don't know what they could do. They don't have a smoke to block anyone out. This is going to be an almost impossible battle here for Complexity. 3 versus 4 to try and get back into it. Glaive gets shot right off of the building, and Device goes down. They've actually made it possible now. They're bodyguarding Rush, still not defusing. He's the one with the kit. They're fighting instead and missing all of the shots, and I think that might have been the one chance. Rush, he'll get a chance, but it doesn't matter. Sip should be able to turn the corner. He's a little bit far away and ducking in.
The utility of Astralis. that can be tough. Still a double nade on Obo and Config as well.
Yeah, and if they save that for the actual bomb plant, which we've seen before as an actual strategy to be run, I think MIBR did it a couple of times on this map, and if you know how to do that, Blamef goes down though, so a little bit of an issue there, but let's see if they can actually land one of these grenades. It's going to be a bit early, so they're not waiting for... Oh, it's a double! Obo will take down Megaskin Glaive, and that surely shocks them. They win the round. City off to a hot start, even after losing the pistol. Ooh. That's Glaive taking down Poison, who's been on fire this game so far, but he just got absolutely rocked, and now they're following it up. Magisk with a shot, a little bit of a return to calm. Actually, Glaive will hit one more headshot. This is so dangerous here. They can't lose this round, Complexity.
It's so weird. They've had to use their own utility in a defensive fashion that close to the bomb site just so they could, you know, have some kind of safety. Device gonna try and get away. Good prediction from Blamef. The Molotov forcing him into the open.
And I think he saw someone out at... I mean, he could probably guessed that anyway, but just a little bit of information could be the big difference. That smoke is going to be really annoying for Astralis. They have a deal and a scout, so spamming through the smoke for a long time, that's not going to be viable if someone starts defusing that bomb. And a good read, Blamef, not even just a force out with the Molotov, but reading that one as well. He's got the right idea. Sip trying to be clever, but Blamef will save his team there.
Round out just a bit. Deagle's picked up. P250 on Zipnix.
And this should be where they just have a little bit of an easier time. Obo, in fact, being aggressive. Could be dangerous, but he's got Rush there with him, so now whatever danger there might have been is completely evaporated. Clever angle from Config.
I like that we're still at least seeing the confidence from Complexity.
See what the Danes have got planned for us here. Look at the odds have almost completely evened out. Complexity converting a bunch of people into believers at the moment. Glaive will be cruising around that corner, almost not even stopping, taking out Config.
Look at how weird of a position Obo's in with his teammate going down. They have control of mid, they can come from behind, so he's trying to sneak back to the bomb site, but that's what happens. You get caught by just the one player waiting at the bottom of the staircase. Dupree with another frag to add on top of Glaive's. And this defense is spread so thin, and this is a minute and a half they have to play with a two-man disadvantage with map control lost at critical portions. Device and Glaive gonna be in middle.
Yeah, they're so happy to wait this out, Astralis, right now. They know that any mistake given them right now, that's around 100% won. Running into Poison's AWP could be one of the issues. Oh, Blamef and Rush come back with a couple of kills each. None of them traded so far. That really should not be happening from Astralis' point of view. And look at Sip, he's down to 33, and now they're kind of being pushed back into that AWP.
And Blamef is re-aggressing. He just got a kill here. Feels no pressure. He's gone back to a position. He can have a fast flank. As long as Poison can get one and survive, that'd be massive. And there's no flashbangs to force him off the angle. It's two Molotovs and a smoke for Astralis, so Poison should have at least one chance to get a kill.
Yeah, he should. And look at the time as well. 26 seconds. They want to be really careful at the moment. Dupree, actually, he's got the bomb in middle. The bomb just went down. That's it. They have to try and jump over the wall, and that's not going to happen. Poison goes down. Astralis, they could have probably done this if the bomb was on the other side, but they get...
And a MAC-10 on the others, and let's see how this goes, but this could be the turning point of the entire map, and that's a great opening kill for Poison, and he's going to back off, and Blamef's got some space for him. He's kept them back for the moment, and Magisk is down very low. That's a lot of powerful weaponry that Astralis invested in that's already taken out of their hands.
Grenade land. Oh, right through the wall. Rush is ready to reply. They're not having any of it in this round, and he's moved into a bit of a position here. Got to be careful about when that goes away, but Dupree's right on the other side, and Rush, he's not going to win the fight. A little bit unfortunate there, but still a 2-on-3, and with Config showing up to get the one kill, he's looking for more. Actually, that could have worked. What a madman.
That's a bit of roll of the dice for Rush, and I mean, they're still in a 3 versus 1, so shouldn't be a problem. And there's the shoulder peek from Dupree.
Seen for a long time. Now's a good time for him to really show up. Rush pushing in, and there's a lot of people on the other side. I don't want to be giving too much away here.
Yeah, that's not it. That's not the peek you want to take. Forces a smoke out early, but that's a good follow-up nade, and Obo just steps in front of it. He wants one more, and he's found it. Beneath him, Config's got the cover. Glaive tried to peek up, and Config picks him right off through the grate. Blamef in middle, and the danger is swept aside.
Chance for a 1D, but they know where Sip is now, so not going to be too much happening.
Man, he threw that nade about a quarter mile.
He was absolutely ready. Ooh. CT side, they've won 5 in a row, and they need to keep going here. Don't let them back in. That's a nice play. Poison again. He is lightning fast with that sniper rifle every single time.
It felt like he had his choice of 2 different targets. He spotted almost 2 heads that he could have taken off. That's a very fast flick. And it's back to the B bomb site we go. Obo is going to have a job. He needs, okay, he's spotted at the perfect moment. No danger. No shots exchanged. His own Molotov extinguished. Oh, he heard that nade hit him. He heard that nade hit Glaive, and he's got the kill through the smoke. Unlucky for Glaive, but a great play from Obo. And now he's flashed in. He's got one more, and he's got the information.
A great tag team they've got on here between Config and Obo. Just the instant timing of that flashbang. He just either Config called it or Obo did himself, but that worked out really well. Now he's sneaking around a little bit scary. He's still going to pick up the kill, and that leaves Dupree. 1 versus 4, and Complexity making this round work one of their own.
And they don't have $500,000 buyouts.
That's a good point as well.
That's always fun. Utility exchange, utility dump from both teams. Astralis on the losing end, and Rush is caught in a corner, but he's keeping composed the way a major champion only can. Eventually goes down, Device to follow up, and it's all on Config. AWP, and they're swarming towards his position.
Yeah. Don't throw away this round of your Complexity, and they might not have a chance at it. Line of sight into the bomb site here for Blamef, and he's scoped up, but they still have a fair few grenades. They could make his life very, very tricky. They're going to smoke off on one side. That Molotov not really doing much of anything, but a free kill, and Meg is there with the swift. Is back with the A push this time. They're not going to get they're still actually. Oh my god, the follow-up! I was about to say, they're not going to face really any kind of an opposition, but 2 grenades. That's an enormous amount of damage.
Yeah, that's well worth the price of admission for Complexity. 2 nades and a Molotov slows things down, nets you a kill and a half. Glaive is down very low. Poison blinded at the last second, but there's the spam through the smoke, and this is where these rounds get scrappy. Astralis not necessarily having the manpower, having to take the risks. Oh, and look at this. You have to admire it from Blamef. Dupree down low.
The grenade running through the window, that almost tagged him and actually did hit him. He just didn't go down. But Dupree, 8 health in a 1 versus 4, and there's not even any point in sticking around, is there? Can't even dream of doing anything but just trying to save this AK. That's 14 rounds for Complexity, and yeah, that absolutely got shut down. And the money, anyone at the A-bomb side. Just confusing in many ways.
That's a weird timing for Poison to back off as well, to throw a smoke. He's going to miss it. He's going to miss any chance to mount a defense. Some good damage with the utility. He's been fantastic with this off, but they are so blocked out, and I don't even mind necessarily the risk being taken. Now we'll put to a test. How much has Complexity? We saw last weekend, some of the teams had some very good setups to retake this with utility in 5-on-5s. We'll see if Complexity has that in their repertoire.
Oh, that's almost a kill for the smoke. Look at how low 3 of the Astralis players are. This could maybe work. Another grenade back there, even softening up Glaive. They're almost out of health on the Astralis side, and now come the smokes on top of the bomb. Can they actually get the defuse in? No one's doing it quite yet. The fight is on, and Obo goes down. Rush holding it from one side, but finally, someone taps the bomb, and the rest of Astralis show up. Device with 1 more kill, and I think they're out of time. A brave fight coming in for Complexity, doing a lot of damage to Astralis' economy, but
is Config in middle. He's all alone, but it might not matter.
Obo pushing to the edge, finds the kill immediately, but he can't really get back around the corner. Rush, a little bit disjointed here. Now he's slightly fighting on his own. There's going to be a smoke set up behind him. I think there's a bit of a gap there, maybe. But Rush is just biding his time. The fire won't spread to him. Blamef going down, and Rush, he's paranoid now. They could be walking in behind him. He almost spots one of them, but there's the flank coming through, and Megis will take down Rush. And Astralis now really opening it up. That shot does not connect, and the bomb has been planted. 2 on 3. Config sneaking up, and Poison and Config. It's just AWPs, but they find a kill each. Oh, he flicks through. He tags up Dupree, and he's very low on health. They could do this with pistols. I don't know if they know yet, but this AK-47, he's got 1 chance, Dupree, and 1 alone, or they will be at a match point. They're right behind him as well, and it's the op to do it. It's 3 in a row, which is way more doable than it was on Dust 2. I think they needed to win 8 in a row to get their overtime. But man, they're up against Poison and that AWP, and he doesn't miss many shots. There's a leg shot on Sip, putting him down to 6 health. They'll take that even.
And look at the confidence to leave him on his own. It's like the 3rd time we've seen him in the last 4 rounds playing this bomb site all by himself. That's a lot of faith And the Bulgarian boosted up now to peer over the smokes if and when they eventually do come in.
There's some decent grenades on Astralis, but the thing that they don't have is enough for an execute and then for the after plant. So they'd probably be using most of these grenades getting into a bomb site, and the question becomes, can they stop the defuse afterwards?
And that becomes even more painful with the ops in hand if you don't have the utility to block off the lines of the vision from those oppers. We saw just the previous round, they got decimated by them.
Well, Glaive is setting up for that smoke towards the B-bomb site.
Config's playing in CT spawn with flash out. He's just there for support for Obo.
And Obo immediately smokes it. He's just ready to slow them down. Oh, he still got the shot to Pre. Somehow able to win the fight, and Rush not quite sure if he wants to peek into that window. A free kill as Dupree peeks into that one, and a follow-up Config with the AWP. It's a rare sight, but it's working out well. I think that was a dead body he was shooting at. Now he's just trying to no-scope through, and he's playing right at the edge, making the jump on over. It's Poison, the other AWP, leaving Magus can sip alone. 2-on-3, trying to keep this dream alive for Astralis and get back into overtime. Somehow Sip will find a kill, and Blame F, maybe a rare chance there. They need to get on and defuse that bomb right now. Complexity 2-on-2. They have a slight health advantage, but against these weapons for Astralis, it might not matter. Oh, Magus, he had the health for it, but now he's been taken out, and Sip just trying to buy time, flank it around. Blame F hunting him down, and he turns for it. Immediate defuse. He's right there with the kid. Oh my God, I can't believe it. 16 and 12. Complexity taking